Oh, that's like it hurt you, huh? You see that tuition? Okay. What are some of the things that she did well on this presentation? Say it again. Very professional. Great job, huh? Very, very professional. And she made all this stuff herself. So she didn't just copy this from a website and paste it in the background. She made these things herself. Okay. What else? Consistent. Very consistent, isn't it? Absolutely consistent. Every slide has almost the exact same amount of text. Picture size almost exactly the same. Okay. What could she have done a little bit differently, maybe to get an A plus?
Given a little more information.
A little bit more information on some slides. Okay. What else?
Captions.
Picture captions would have helped a little bit. What else? Little bit larger text would have helped out, huh? Especially when the letters are really, really thin like that. Okay, so maybe like a bolder font, or even if she would have bolded the font like that, made it a little bit larger. Okay, because she still had room. All right, but good information. Was it easy to read? Yeah. Doesn't take a long time to read each slide. Okay, maybe a little bit more design elements, maybe using this red that's in the logo here, maybe instead of black stripes here, maybe use red stripes or something, I don't know. Okay, yeah, just a little bit more red will help you know, kind of balance the color a little bit. Possibly, but you got a natural border here with these. You don't have to border text boxes. That's not something that you have to do. Chart pretty easy to read, and she did use the red, maybe red instead of pink here. Okay, but all in all, everything there, that's a good presentation. Yeah.
There's no periods in the sentences.
No periods in the sentences. If you're making statements, you don't need periods. If you're using sentences, you definitely do. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so let's move on. How do we make our presentation? I stayed up till 5:30 this morning, and I did a presentation for you guys, and I used my school, EIU, Eastern Illinois University. This is by no means a good presentation. I'm not using it to show you what a A or B project looks like, because honestly it's not very good. I'm just using it to show you some of the things that you could possibly do in PowerPoint. Okay. First thing that I need to show you is it's what's called the Slide Master. The Slide Master is used so that you can put common elements that are going to be on every slide. You can put them in one place and it won't affect your slide at all. Okay, you get to the Slide Master by going to the View tab. So if you go to View, Slide Master, there's a Slide Master button. It'll bring up a blank looking slide. Okay, now this blank looking slide will allow you then to place elements on the Slide Master that'll then be placed in the background of all your slides. So if I type on here, it's going to put whatever I put on this Slide Master then in the background of all those slides. Let me delete there. Let me lower the view a little bit. There we go. Here we go. So as you can see, I use shapes to make all of these objects that are on this page, except for this little logo right here. I pulled that from the internet, and this logo here in the background, I pulled that from the internet as well. But I use shapes to make all these border decorations and designs. There's a text box, Eastern Illinois University. I just use shapes. So I'm deconstructing this for you. This little panther here, he's clip art. I went to insert clip art and I found a little black panther because we were the EIU Panthers. Okay. So anything that I put into the background here, if I close the master view and go out into the presentation, let me move this off to the side. Check it out. See that little logo? Now watch. When I close master view, that logo is no longer there on any of my slides. Okay? Make sense? So now, if I want to put that little logo back on every slide, I don't have to go back to each slide separately. I just go back to the slide master. So if I go to view master, or excuse me, view slide master, I can take that little logo and put it right back on. And say Shazam. There you go. So now when I close master view, there he is right back into my presentation. Okay. So that's what the slide master is used for. Now, here's how students get in trouble with the slide master. When you go to view slide master, in fact, when you go to view slide master, a lot of times students will insert another master slide and they'll keep putting master slides in, and they think that they're actually creating their presentation, but they're not. You can have more than one slide master in your presentation for different layouts. Okay, so please make sure whenever you're in the slide master, whenever you want to get back into your presentation, that you always close slide master view. Alright, always make sure you close and go back out into your regular presentation. If you don't, you're going to think you're putting information on your slides, but you're really not. Okay, so that's one thing that you'll always want to make sure that you do, is to always go back out into your slide presentation. Here's another thing that students commonly want to do. If I go to back to my slide master, check this out. I'm going to reset picture on this picture. Here's what that originally looked like. And when you pull pictures from the internet and you place them in PowerPoint, and you guys have probably already run into this, it's going to have this white background back here. Anybody run into that? Yeah? Okay. Here's how you get rid of that white background. First of all, I'm going to crop out because I don't want this little stuff. I just want that little logo. So I'm going to take my crop tool. I'm going to crop off that portion right there. And now to get rid of the white, I'm going to use, where is it? Here we go. Click on recolor and then set transparent color. That'll remove one of the colors from your picture. And so if I click out here into the white area, it'll remove the white from around that picture. Okay, pretty cool. Now if you notice, it did remove the white from inside of there as well. So it isn't perfect, but that's the best that you can do for right now. When we go to Photoshop, I'll be teaching you guys how to remove the white specifically. You'll be able to trace around objects. You'll be able to do exactly what you want. But this is the best that PowerPoint can do right now. Let me reset picture on this one and show you some options on the logo. Here's what the logo initially looked like. And again, it came in with that white background. And you'll also notice that it came in with color. And what I did for this one is I went to recolor and I changed my mode to grayscale. So I immediately took out all the color. Okay. From there, what I did is I went to I think I went to brightness and I lightened it up. This is new in PowerPoint, picture correction options. Let's see what that does. There we go. Yeah, I can brighten it up even more. Okay, so if I really want to fade into the background, I can brighten it up at 70 something %. Click OK. I can hold down shift, make it a little bit larger, and there it is, faded into the background. Okay, so those are some techniques that you can use. What I don't want you to do though is just slap stuff from the internet down on the slide master and create it that way. Use your shapes, use your designs, use some technique involved in this. All these shapes, click on the insert tab, you can go to shapes. There are thousands of different shapes for you to choose from, and they're all customizable. So if I click on a shape, you'll notice there's a little dot right here, that little yellow dot. If you click on that, you can change, for example, the sharpness of your arrows and stuff like that. Okay, so you can use these in conjunction with each other. If you hold down Control on your keyboard, it'll automatically duplicate an object. Find Control on your keyboard. It'll automatically duplicate an object if you hold down Control and then you click on it. That way you can make sure that all your shapes are consistent. If you hold down Shift, you can click on more than one object at a time, and now if you want to change the color, you can go up here to Smart Art. It'll do it for you automatically. But if you want to change the color, just double click on it. Now you can go up here, select one of these, voila. Now you changed all three of them at the same time instead of doing one at a time. If you hold down Shift again, select them all, and if you resize one of them, it'll resize all of them at the same time. And now you can make some cool little design like this. Okay? And again, this is all done on Slide Master, so when I close the master view, it'll be in the background of all my slides at the same time. Alright? Does that help you guys out? Yep? No? Yep? Check this out. I made this box here transparent. Double click on it. Where's transparent? Shape fill. I forgot what transparent is, but you guys will be able to find it. Gradient, picture, fill colors. Here it is, transparency. So if you lower the transparency, you can make shapes and objects more see-through as well. And I think that might even work with pictures and text. I'm not sure, but you guys will be able to figure it out. Okay? Alrighty, that is all from me. And